Whoa, 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 stop, 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 stop. Before you delete that piece of content, okay? I know it has no value to you, but does it have value to your website? And is it contributing to SEO? That's the question. So before you delete that page, delete that blog, delete various blogs that you think hold no value, there's a little checklist I want you to go through first to make sure it's not actually helping your website. So step one, you need to consider, when did this piece of content go live? If it was anywhere within the past 6 months, I say keep it a bit longer. I've seen blog articles that we've put live and have done nothing for a year, and then all of a sudden they've picked up after a year's time and traffic has just grown massively. So you need to give that piece of content time to mature. So if it's only been 6 months, maybe leave it a bit longer if it's really not harming you in any way. The next thing you need to think about, does this piece of content get any traffic? Now, the main thing I care about does it get organic traffic? Does it get organic lands? So is it a landing page organically, which means it is proactively bringing traffic to your website? But also look at, does it get any page views at all? Maybe your audience do value this piece of content. Maybe they are reading it regularly. Okay, you don't like it, but maybe your audience do, and maybe the search engines have picked it up and it's driving traffic. So check and see whether you're getting any traffic at all in the past year. Next, you want to look at, have there been any conversions off this page in the past year? Even if there's only been one conversion off that page, I would argue that then maybe it still has a valid reason to be on your website because it has pushed someone onto conversion and it might do it again. And you never know how much that conversion might be worth to you. So again, look back over the past year. Are there any conversions? Next thing to look at, does it rank at all? So maybe you've got some keywords you're tracking. If you don't, then you could look at what that content piece is and which keywords it should be ranking for, and have a look at, does it rank anywhere? Even if it's in position 30 something and you think, okay, well, that's useless. Instead of deleting it, why don't you try and improve it? Then you could actually start bringing traffic off of it. So if there are some low level rankings there, you could improve that potentially rather than just deleting the piece of content. Next thing you want to check, does it have a backlink? It might be doing nothing else, might have no traffic, no conversions, nothing. But if it's got a backlink, then that could be strengthening your domain as a whole. So if you then delete that page, you're deleting that backlink, it's gone. So that's another thing you really need to consider. The next thing you want to think about, which is a bit more fluffy, but it's still very relevant. Is this piece of content highly relevant to your industry and what you do? Is it informative? Is it a piece, is it a piece that kind of talks about one of your main services or talks about something related to that? Because your website is being looked at by Google as a whole when it's being considered for rankings. So if you've got that architecture that says, okay, we've got your main landing page here, but you've got all this content around it that's saying really good things, if you remove one of those, it could crumble. So the final thing to then check is, where is that piece of content linking to internally? If it's linking to one of your high-ranking, commercially focused pages, it could well be one of the building blocks holding that ranking in place. So if you remove it, it may crumble and you will lose the ranking of your important page. So these are all the things that you should be thinking about before you delete that piece of content. So I hope that was helpful. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode where we're going to be talking about what to do if you see your rankings fall off a cliff.